All right, is everyone on page 510? Yes. All right. Grace, do you have a question? No. Okay, perfect. All right, 510. The standard that we're going to look at today is analyze development of stated and implied themes, describe various poetic forms of meaning and style, and explain different forms of figurative language. We're really going to dive into the different forms of figurative language in here, specifically allusions. And as you can see on my board, an allusion is a reference to a literary work or historical person or event. And in this one, particularly Fairy Tale Logic, it references quite a few pop culture allusions. So I'm going to read it so we can have a smooth reading and clear and a very loud one, okay? And then I want you to tell me what kind of allusions you might see or hear in this, okay? Here we go. I'm going to put my glasses on. Fairy tales are full of impossible tasks. Gather the chin hairs of a man-eating goat, or cross a sulfuric lake in a leaky boat. Select the prince of a row of identical masks, tiptoe up to a dragon where it basks, and snatch its bone, count dust specks mote by mote, or learn the phone directory by rote. Always it's impossible what someone asks. You have to fight magic with magic. You have to believe that you have something impossible up your sleeve. The language of snakes, perhaps an invisible cloak, an army of ants at your beck, or a lethal joke. The will to do whatever must be done. Marry a monster. Hand over your firstborn son. Now I have to ask, does anyone hear any allusions? They're going to come in the form of some pop culture things. Chloe, yes ma'am.
Line 5.
Line 5. Yes ma'am.
Tiptoe up to the dragon where it basks.
What is it? What do you see?
Dragon.
Okay, dragon. Any other part of the dragon? Okay. All right. Anybody want to add to that? Agree. Amari, go ahead.
I imagine, like she said that sentence, I imagine like a tiny basket with a big dragon sitting in it.
Okay. All right. Lola.
Or across a sulfuric lake in a leaky boat.
Okay, what do you see?
Sulfuric lake.
Okay, you see a sulfuric lake. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Marry a monster.
That's
The illusion is Beauty and the Beast, guys. Oh, see it now?
yeah.
Okay, the dragon, let's go back to the dragon. It's not sulfuric lake and we see a lake. It is tiptoe up to the dragon where it basks. I get a lot of Shrek. I get a lot of the Shrek there, okay? That's what I'm looking for. So now I'm going to give you a minute, put your eyes back in the text, and to see if you see anything. Jax?
I was gonna say that the dragon's point of view is the beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, or the beast from Beauty and the Beast. Okay, that's fine. Yes. Ethan?
Marry a monster, hand over your firstborn son.
Okay, what do you see? Now, I just started it off by saying marry a monster was like Beauty and the Beast. What about hand over your firstborn son? There is a nursery rhyme or some sort of movie where he gets in trouble, I was told, from a previous period. They were talking about, Hank, you want to help?
But the boy cried wolf.
The boy cried wolf. Okay. Cheza.
Is line 3.
Line 3.
The language of snakes, perhaps an invisible cloak, Harry Potter.
That's correct. That's correct. The language of snakes, perhaps an invisible cloak. Definitely Harry Potter. I also, okay, Lola,
Select the prince from the row.
which line are you, please?
4.
Line 4, okay? Do you wanna read it? Please repeat. Select the prince from a row of identical masks, for those of you on this side that might not have heard her.
Oh, Cinderella.
What is it?
Cinderella.
Is it? Is that what you were gonna say? Kinda, what did you see? You don't know?
It just gives a little bit of Cinderella.
Okay. Anybody else? An army of ants.
Oh, the
Cheza?
I think it's the movie called Bugs.
Yeah, I agree. Bugs Life. Aria?
I thought that like the Marion Monster thing was like a mythical.
A mythical, you just thought plain out it was a mythical one. In this fairy tale logic poem as a whole, the focus generally though, I'm about to read another one. The focus as a whole was more pop culture ones. Pop culture, okay. That's what I wanted everybody to say. Jax, yes sir?
You know Mario, right? So you know how Bowser, you know Mario. So
Yeah.
you know how Bowser always wants to marry like Peach? That's
Okay.
kind of like Peach marrying a monster.
Oh, okay.
It's like marrying a monster.
Marrying a monster. Hey,
I agree with that.
I agree with that. Anyway, these are all forms of illusions, okay? So in the literary text, it's a reference, okay? Do you all understand that?
Yes.
You have to be able to identify and apply, understand. VBA is next week, okay? This is the time we ask questions, okay? It will, yes, Lola?
I found another one.
Okay.
In
There's 2 stanzas, so if you want to say stanza 2, you can.
stanza 2.
Yes, ma'am.
It's the third one. The language of speech that's an invisible part.
Yeah. Cheza had said that before. That's okay. But now you're grabbing them. Right? I also have been told you have to fight magic with magic. You have to believe that's also Harry Potter. I've been told that in the past.
Yes,
And it's your interpretation, but as you guys get older, the interpretations of what y'all pick up is different because y'all are born in a different era, you know? So the language you might interpret it differently. Yes, ma'am, Amari?
In stanza 1, I feel like line 1, it kind of gives like, you know that one lady, it was like she fell asleep for long and
Yes,
the 3 fairy godmothers.
Sleeping
Yes,
Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty, that's what it kind of gives off.
It gives you that.
Or like Cinderella or
Cinderella.
Alice in Wonderland.
Oh yeah, it has
Wonderland.
Hang just a second. That's it? All right, thank you. All right, we are gonna come back to the assessment practice in a minute because it incorporates both poems. All right? It's okay. So please turn your book to page 506. 506. All right. Now this poem is going to have both alliteration and allusions. Okay, I'm gonna do a clean read first, and then we're gonna annotate. You ready? Is it true that nothing reveals more about a person's secret heart than an adult memory of a favorite childhood fairy tale? I never understood all the fuss about princesses poisoned or rescued from dragons. Hansel and Gretel seem like a recitation of sorrowful evening news, a serial killer, the ovens, absent parents, a famine, crumbs. Instead of magic beanstalks and magic eating giants or wolves disguised as gentle grandmas I chose the tale of a bird with a voice that could soothe the melancholic spirit of an emperor, helpless despite his wealth and power. Of all the tales, the only nightingale felt like a story I knew before I was born, about Orpheus calming the wild beasts with his lyre, King David's harp easing Saul's despair, Saint Francis with his curious flocks of birds, singing back and forth in a language of wishing that even the wolf understood. Okay, first and foremost, before we get into it too much, I want to look at stanza 1. Okay, can we look at stanza 1, all the hands that are going up? What is the phrase that refers to something hidden? And then the second part to that, I see 2 hands up. The second part to that is, what is it that they're referencing as hidden? Like, inside the heart, what are you going to hide? What are you going to hold close to you, John? Okay, so what is the phrase that's hidden, JoJo? Answer that part.
It's more about a person's secret heart.
Okay, that's right. So that's the phrase. So then, my girls can answer this more. But what are we going to hold close to our heart that's going to be close and sacred, Maya? That's correct. And what typically plays out in that fairy tale for a girl? Right. The princess and the prince, the whole thing. Okay? So that was the second part to that. So just wanted to point that out to you right there. What do you think the author is asking readers to consider about fairy tales when it moves into stanza 2, though, however? And I will say in period 4, yes, sir, you need a pass?
Can I go back to Jim?
Yes, you may. Thank you for stopping by. What do you think that the author, and like I said in period 4, they said there was some sort of Netflix series that says Hansel and Gretel kind of does the same thing on this Netflix series. Skylar?
It's called
Hansel and Gretel.
The Dark Tale.
The Dark Tale, right? So wasn't it interesting that in stanza 2, they're referencing a darker side of Hansel and Gretel seemed like a recitation of sorrowful evening news. The serial killer, the ovens, the absent parents, a famine, the crumbs. Maya, go ahead. What are they trying to consider about, what are they trying to tell you about fairy tales? That they're, just so, not all of them are going to be good. Are all of them going to be sad?
No.
Remember what we said about we're going to step up the vocabulary about, thank you. I love this look. They're going to be disappointing, but we also said another word besides sad was, what other word?
Overwhelming. Oh, I know.
Hank,
Upset.
upset. Well, the word was actually used in the hunter. Sorrow, melancholy.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
And it was in stanza 3. It was in stanza 3. Do y'all remember that yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. So no, fairy tales are not always going to be hard. Yeah, not going to be, right? All right, another part. The alliteration. Do you see alliteration in stanza 2? Anybody besides Maya? Besides Hank? Mari, do you see some in stanza 2?
Alliteration.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you define alliteration?
I will. It's right here. Alliteration, the first letter repeats, like Will's watching. It's like first letter repeated.
Oh.
It can come in the form of just 2 words.
In the second one?
In the second one, yes, ma'am. Lots of hands up. You want me to have somebody help you?
Yeah.
Miles.
Princess Poison.
Princess is poison. Everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Yes, that's alliteration. Please, place A with a circle around it for alliteration. Perfect, perfect. Let's keep moving. In, stanza 3. In stanza 3, you see one? Chloe.
Line 2, or wolves disguised as gentle grandmas.
That's correct. Gentle grandmas. Hang just a second. Gentle grandmas. I was like, I need to read.
Welcome.
Sorry about that. Gentle grandmas. You need to mark that one too. Stanza 3, line 2, I believe is where it's at. You see that, friends? All right, let's move down to stanza 4. That's where we're gonna see a lot of these types of allusions. And the greatest thing is that in this poem, they gave you footnotes to help you with that. So the numbers, the little tiny numbers by like, the Nightingale has a tiny number, what was the number? 4. Yeah, I'm struggling to see that. So number 4, and then it tells you the Chinese emperor refers to a mechanical nightingale. Okay, so historical allusion. Okay, Orpheus. Which one is that one? I'm asking you. Jojo.
Mythology.
That's right. It's a mythological one. King David's harp. Ready? Try again. Try again. Try a second. King David's harp. And then look at number 7 and read what it says about King David. What does it say? Tell from the bottom. Tell from the bottom. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. So that's what I wanted you to use that to help you with. There you go. So now, okay. King David's harp, Raina. Biblical. That's okay. Biblical. Saint Francis. Anybody? Chesa.
Historical?
It can be historical or it can fall under biblical. Okay. It can fall because it says about the Catholic Church too. Okay. And that's all. That is it. Last but not least, before we go today, because it's short. Yes, ma'am, Chloe.
Also in the picture, I see Rapunzel.
You
I was gonna say,
Yes.
I observed it on the right side. Okay?
Yes. Very good, Chloe. Very good. Rapunzel. Very good. Real quickly. Yes, Jax.
The towel that Rapunzel's on, you can also see the witch that keeps her through the window.
Oh, y'all are so good. Yes, Cameron.
In Rapunzel, did someone climb up her hair?
Yes.
Wait,
Because she has very long hair.
So the guy in the tower is like telling him to stop when Rapunzel's putting her hair down for him. That's what I'm saying.
And there's the magical.
The guy on the left in the tower is like telling him.
But that's the witch that like.
Thank you. Thank you. Skylar, yes.
If you observe it, in the movie, her hair is like down before like going to the town where the girls braid her hair, but when she's like on the tower, it's like braided.
Very good observations. Very good observations. And questions. Okay? That was the art that went along with the poem, so it's not something that we're like technically studying as much as we are the text. So it's very good observations and questions. I will commend you on that. We can't finish this today, but we're going to add on to the House on the Hill from yesterday. And then tomorrow, before we start reading, I'm not finished. I'm not finished. The assessment practice, page 511, okay, must be completed. But tomorrow, when you are finishing up your house on the hill, the TP cast, you can also do those 3 assessments. I only want that part. I don't want all the annotation that we did today. Capiche? Capiche?
Papa.
Thank you. I just want, 511, assessment practice, and then the TP cast for House on the Hill, okay? You may, so we're gonna do that one first, then we're gonna read Holes, first 3 chapters, and start VBA prep, okay? You may close your book, pass your folders up, quietest row, most efficient row will go put their stuff up first, and we gotta do it quickly because the bell is about to ring, okay? Any questions for me? Okay?
Thank you.
Row 4.